Welcome to 3 Lanes. This is number 48. I am Denny, and today we'll be talking about a recent announcement. I think it's pretty recent about a new type of tire that Michelin developed, and it's the Michelin Pilot Sport Endurance. This specifically for racing, but I won't be surprised, and I'm hopeful that the technology will trickle down to consumer products from the racing area since the what they have discovered with this tire is pretty significant. It's pretty big, and I'll get into it right now. Again, just as a favor to yourself, if you listen to podcast, listen this one in 1.3 because a lot of times I speak slow, and I usually listen to podcasts at least at 1.3 speed, if not 1.5. It's gonna make everything better. I think that's my take, right? That's my take on podcasts and everything I listen to. I listen to it at least at 1.3 speed. Just trying to do you a favor. But if we get into the Michelin Pilot Sport Endurance, this is a sustainable racing tire that Michelin has developed, and it's gonna be launching for the 2026 FIA World Endurance Championship and the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship seasons. And this tire achieved 50% renewable and recycled material content. And it's a 20% point increase from the current tires that Michelin offers. I think it's specifically racing, but by 2030, their goal was to have a 40% um, of the components to be renewable, but so they're basically frog leaping that to 50%, which is, I think it's very remarkable. This is a very significant advancement by Michelin, but they have an annual production of approximately 30,000 units. So this tire serves as a competitive product and a proving ground for technologies that's basically destined for consumer markets, hopefully within a couple, if not 3 years. Let's move to give a little context on why the aggressive move from Michelin to environmentally better tires. And we basically have a tire pollution crisis that nobody actually talks about. And if somebody talks about it, it's really not promoted. So the tire wear represents one of the most significant environmental pollution factors out there. But we have, for example, 78% of ocean microplastics may originate from the synthetic rubber. And this is according to some estimates. This is from a Yale study. But globally, vehicles shed an estimate of 6 million metric tons of tire particles annually, and with projections suggesting that this could be even higher after vehicle ownership expands, or meaning more people will have more cars, hence the pollution will increase. The tire particles emit 36 milligrams per kilometer. So compared to 0.02 milligrams per kilometer from tailpipe exhaust, it's quite a bit. So we have 0.02 against 36. It's quite a difference. Then we have the tire particles contribute to 5 to 10% of oceanic microplastic pollution and 3 to 7% of airborne pollution. And now we move to electric vehicles, which honestly the transition has been halted quite a bit lately. But electric vehicles generate around 20% more tire wear, and yes, they're a little heavier, but being heavier it's not it. You also have to take into consideration the higher torque that these electric vehicles have, and this eats the tires faster. All right, let me give you a little background of the product and this might take us directly into the 4P analysis that I've been trying to do lately. But Michelin released this Pilot Sport Endurance, or showed the Pilot Sport Endurance, because I don't think it's fully released, in June 2025, ahead of the Le Mans 24 hours. And the market introduction is scheduled for the 2026 season. Like I was saying, it's not absolutely released. They just showed it, but by 2026 they're going to be using it at the Rolex 24 hour at Daytona in January 2026, and it would be the tire exclusive for the FIA WEC hypercar class and the IMSA GTP category from 2026, 27, 28. The 50% renewable breakthrough is it's basically renewable materials like natural rubber, which is derived from the Hevia sap. They have bio-based oils and resins, including sunflower oil. They have bio-based silica from rice husk ash. They have natural resins from plant sources. They also have recycled materials such as recovered carbon black from end-of-life tires through pyrolysis, which we'll be covering more in a little bit. But they also have recycled steel produced via electric arc furnaces, or also the pyrolysis process. They have other reclaimed rubber compounds, but they have also a wet weather variant of this tire, and it achieves an even higher sustainable material content, which is 56%. And this represents a significant evolution from the current tire generation, which is 30 to 33% sustainable content, and surpasses the 71% sustainable materials that Michelin revealed in 2024. But the performance characteristic is something also interesting for this tire. Durability, they have a potential for 5 consecutive stints at Le Mans with no performance compromise. And this is also conditions permitting. The warm-up performance reduces the time to reach optimal temperatures from cold, which is 5 to 13 second deficit on outlaps. The wear rate is improved. The longevity is higher versus the previous generation. The lap times is similar or marginally faster than the current specifications, and consistency, he has enhanced lap-to-lap performance predictability. But Pierre Alves, or I don't know how you say it in French, but he is the sports car operational manager, and he said, we don't really consider these soft, medium, or hard compounds. They're cold, medium, and hot, really. So they have to cater for the different type of cars and the different categories. So they need a good crossover from one spec to another. But there's also visually they're different, and it has a distinctive velvet tread pattern, and it's called Race to Vision. And this was inspired by Michelin's 2017 vision concept for a fully sustainable airless connected tire by 2050. This is a concept tire, but if you are looking at the video, because now we have video, aren't we cool? Yeah, but I don't have a photo of it. I don't think so. Actually, I do. The vision is there, and it should be showing right now on the screen. If we skip ahead to the 4P marketing analysis, well, we talked about the product a little bit, but we have that the Pilot Sport Endurance has a unique position as a racing exclusive tire, and it serves as a competitive product, which is a high performance endurance racing tire. They have a technology demonstrator where they can showcase the new technology they have. They have the innovation pipeline. It's a testing ground for new technologies that they could come up with. But hopefully, this can migrate to consumer products within 2 to 3 years. And it's a brand halo. So it reinforces Michelin premium positioning and sustainability leadership. Let's see, the price strategy, second P, would be basically this is a B2B product at the moment. So it's not for uh, regular consumers. And if it is, I would assume it's really, really expensive. But the pricing is part of negotiations, right, with the supply contracts that they have with WEC or IMSA. But they give Michelin brand visibility, a place where they can develop technology, the strategic positioning as innovation leader, and they also have a relationship cultivation with premium automotive manufacturers, right? Because all the manufacturers that race, they'll be using the same tire, and then they can develop new technologies together. But I don't think it's worth going deeper into pricing, because it's not really a product for regular consumers like you or me. But now we can jump into place, the third P. And place, it's basically the same, right? Like the racing places and teams, their direct relationship with sanctioning bodies like FIA, WEC, IMSA, and they'll provide trackside support with technical teams, 2 fitters per team per event, real-time monitoring, mobile technical assistance and equipment, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's basically a banner for Michelin to announce or to promote the rest of their lineup until something like this comes up for regular consumers. Finally, we go to the fourth P, which is promotion strategy, and this is all tied together. The audience reach is the main thing. The competitive success, 25 consecutive Le Mans overall wins from 98 to 2022. Every winning car on Michelin tires. 1,200 plus major motorsport victories across disciplines. Exclusive tire supplier status with these racing organizations, and the sustainability message. The 50% sustainable Pilot Sport Endurance allows Michelin to position itself as the sustainability leader in motorsport. And like me, right? Like I'm doing a podcast about it. I wouldn't be making it if this tire wasn't out. Next, I would like to briefly touch on the supply chain side, but mainly for the raw material strategy. And let's start with natural rubber sourcing. But Michelin procures most natural rubber from independent tier 1 suppliers. And to ensure responsible sourcing, they do on-site audits before factory approval. They do EcoVadis sustainability ratings, and they assess the environment, labor, human rights, ethics, sustainable procurement, etc. They do chemical-based traceability markers, and they do the target of 100% responsibility source materials by 2050. Then, when it comes to the Recover Carbon Black partnership, the cornerstone of Michelin recycling strategy is its partnership with Scandinavian Enviro Systems, a Swedish company specialized in tire pyrolysis. But the ownership is Michelin. Is the largest shareholder for this company, so 20% stake since 2020. The technology of pyrolysis, it's a process thermally decomposes the end-of-life tires and recovers carbon, black, steel, oils, and gas. All right, so that's what I told you I was going to talk about it, so I did. So the CO2 reduction, the recovered carbon black reduces emissions by 90% versus virgin carbon black, which is really good. Scale ambition. The joint venture with this partners targets 1 million tons per year end-of-life tire recycling capacity across Europe. So the capacity is 1 million tons per year of all these end-of-life tires. The first plant was Uddevalla, Sweden facility. I hope I'm saying that right. Additional plants are planned, but they also have a circular loop. All WEC or IMSA racing tires recycled via pyrolysis starting in 2026, and with recovered materials reintegrated into the new tire production. Full cycle right there. This is really, really good, at least for the people that care about all this stuff. Finally, to close this supply chain section, the bio-based materials. This is a huge innovation from Michelin, the rice husk silica. It's produced from ash of rice husk, which is normally a waste. This provides sustainable alternatives to sand-derived silica and is approximately 670 million metric tons of rice grown annually, and this produces 160 plus million tons of husks. So you have a bunch of material right there. The sunflower oil, it's a bio-based plasticizer, and this will replace petroleum derivatives, limonene, natural resin extracted from orange and lemon peels. Then they have bio-butadiene, and it's a synthetic rubber from biomass ethanol. But yeah, these are the list of materials that Michelin uses. Otherwise, I don't think I will cover anything else. If there's anything that I missed or something that you would like me to talk about, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to me directly. I am at 17 minutes. I have made it. This was my goal. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time. See you next time.